big chance for England because they are 31 runs ahead of the West Indians. There are 3 wickets in hand for West Indies, but one of those is the injured Malcolm Marshall, who is bearing a double fracture of the left thumb. Gomes is 79 not out, Holding 28 not out. A fine partnership that already for the West Indies, and England must get through this morning very, very quickly. A few dark clouds around, quite a good morning for bowling, and we pick up play now in the first over. It's the 3rd ball. Bob Willis is the bowler, and Michael Holding, the all-rounder, is taking strike.
That's short, and it's really got the treatment. A tremendous shot again by Holding. Not often you see a 6 hit on the first over of a morning's play in a test match, but the ball thoroughly deserved it. It was a bad ball for Willis halfway down.
Yes, it was only a loosener. Slow long hop, but magnificently hit there by Michael Holding.
Willis was the man to suffer last night, and he's entrusted with the first over of the morning. It's in the air, might just be going to clear mid-on. Well, it was a chance. But, one of those difficult ones. Just Broad, the man seeing it just spill out.
Yes, very difficult chance this, but hoisting that high over mid-on. You see Chris Broad going back there. He's still running flat out. Very, very difficult indeed.
So Gomes on 79. He's really had quite a remarkable series, the little left-hander. Long time on the fringe of the West Indies test side, but in this series to date he made 143 in the first test match, 10 and 92 not out in the second, and he's on his way again now with 79. And that's going to be 4 runs for Larry Gomes, because there's no third man. A little bit of movement, but he does so many things correct, this left-hander. The bat was angled down, it sped all along the ground. It's a good shot, beautiful shot. Just leant into that, stroked it away through mid-on. Sort of shot which have been pretty typical of Gomes' performance in this series.
Very simple method. Beautifully executed on drive there. It does make batting look easy.
And David I'll be thinking hard about whether he's going to make a fairly early bowling change here. But the contest between Willis and Holding will be continued. Changes his mind. A delicate little cut shot there, bring him 2 runs. So Holding goes on to 40.
And a very high-class little run shot. Chopping that through just where the fielder's been moved from.
I think he's middled that one all right. There's no need for anybody to chase it. It's gone a long, long way up towards that long on boundary. 6 runs off a no ball. So that's it. West Indies go into the lead with wickets in hand. And Bob Willis goes past the 100 mark.
And a tremendous strike this over long on.
That's another one, and David Gow really has to give Bob Willis a longish rest, I would think now. Grabs his sweater at the end of the over, 6 more, and Holding goes past 50. Great big smile all over Michael Holding's face. And my word, there's every reason for it as well.
He's there waiting for it. Takes it very neatly. No fuss or trouble, and Willis at long last claims holding at some expense.
Yes, a magnificent innings that by Michael Holding. It really has put West Indies right back in the driving seat. A stand of 82 runs in very short time, and I'm quite sure that the back of Joel Garner's mind coming out, well, anything he can do, I can do. And here's Michael Holding picking up this bouncer, getting a little bit tucked up, top edging it, and a very competent, well-judged catch this by Paul Allott. Never in any danger.
Holding out for 59. Willis to bowl to Gomes now. Just 5 away from the 100. Garner's going to look for 2. And he's gone. Trying to get the second run. Garner has run out. Gomes is left stranded on 96. And Marshall may still come out. And Malcolm Marshall comes out now with his left wrist in plaster. While Malcolm Marshall's coming out to applause here, we can have a look at the way in which Joel Garner was run out.
Yes, I think if Joe would have made his mind up for 2, you see him going back there, and he's looking all the time when he's turning around. If it had just gone and run out, he's not running at all there, then look, he stops and sets off again. If he'd gone really quickly for 2 from the word go, it would certainly have made it. I mean, you don't have to make one more stride, and that would have been enough, and he could easily have made 1 stride up. But he was half going all the time. That's a very fatal thing to do.
3 balls to go in this over, and the field is scattered now to allow the single. He's going to look for 2 again. It might be run out a second. Oh, and the fumble comes from Pringle. That's good cricket from Gomes and Marshall. Gomes goes to 98. I think it was all that good cricket from England to allow 2 runs there. Little gentle push on the onside. The field now is in, so Gomes has got the chance to hit through the infield. And he's done exactly that. Good thinking, good tactics from Larry Gomes, and a great innings. He's not your normal flamboyant player from the West Indies, but my word, he's a good cricketer. It's his 7th Test match 100. He faced 187 balls in this innings. Hit 14 fours. We won't bother about the 6s because he very rarely lifts the ball, even though he did on that occasion to reach his century.
This will be Allott. Look for his 6th wicket. Marshall to face. And off comes the left hand and throws the bat with the right hand.
I think he'd do better blocking than playing that shot, but you never know anyway.
He's going to get 4 runs there. Chopped it down. They've certainly gone for 2, but as the ball races away for 4 runs. So that sees West Indies past the 300 mark. 302 for 9. And Marshall off the mark with a boundary. A one-handed boundary too. And he's caught. Yes, very good catch indeed. Went extremely quickly. Bolton snaps up another one. It's the end of the West Indies innings. Marshall goes. It's a 6th wicket for Paul Allott.
This was a very good catch indeed. It went very, very quickly and head-high, which is an awkward height to see on this ground, and both of them did very well indeed to catch that. A very fine catch.
And although 42 minutes were lost due to bad light in that first session, West Indies still got along to be 302 out just before the interval. I think that was one of Larry Gomes' best innings. 104 not out. He got great support again from Michael Holding this morning, 59. And Joel Garner couldn't do much, but I reckon Malcolm Marshall's thing in coming out to bat, just appearing out there, will have done a great deal for the West Indians from the psychological point of view. The England bowlers, the outstanding one, Paul Allott, 26.5 overs, 7 maidens, 6 for 61. Willis took a hammering, 2 for 123, and both of them didn't bowl today, nor did Pringle nor Cook. To bat, just appearing out there will have done a great deal for the West Indians from the psychological point of view. The England bowlers, the outstanding one, Paul Allott, 26.5 overs, 7 maidens, 6 for 61. Willis took a hammering, 2 for 123, and both of them didn't bowl today, nor did Pringle nor Cook. And the state of the match at the end of that innings, 32 runs was the West Indies lead, and there weren't very many people around the ground would have thought that would be the case when Holding joined Gomes yesterday afternoon. But when the players came out after lunch, I reckon England needed a score in the second innings of at least 232 to give them a 200-run lead, preferably around 250. I tell you, it'll be no easy task against these West Indian bowlers on a pitch that's giving the bowlers increasing assistance. Here now is the second ball of the England second innings. Fowler is taking strike and Marshall is the bowler.
A magnificent shot by Graham Fowler, right over the top of it. Beautiful stroke.
First runs to Chris Broad. Larry Gomes, the fielder, the man who made 104 not out for West Indies. So it's 10 for no wicket now. Broad is on 2. Malcolm Marshall is the bowler. That plaster on the left hand. And that's in the air. Baptiste is the man just behind square, and the first wicket goes down for England. 10 for 1 they are, with Chris Broad caught Baptiste, bowled Marshall for 2.
Certainly, Malcolm Marshall generating a great deal of pace there. And that delivery really climbing. Shoulder of the bat. And a very, very simple catch to Baptiste.
He has a double fracture of the left thumb, Malcolm Marshall. There have been plenty of other cricketers who've come out to bat in circumstances of that kind. Colin Cowdery was one. Didn't have to face a ball at Lord's many years ago. It was 18 years ago, but was out there prepared to take everything Hall and Griffith could throw at him. 22 runs behind. So Marshall now has pink strapping on that white plaster. And he must be in a certain amount of pain as well. So he's off the mark. 13 for 1 here at the moment. It's Terry about to take strike. That's out. Terry is gone. Ball of very full length. It didn't look to me as though he got very far forward. The only question would be whether or not in umpire Constant's mind he managed to get outside off stump. But he seemed to be beaten for sheer pace by the big man.
Yeah, fine piece of bowling this by Joel Garner. He'd driven Terry onto the back foot, And there he goes. He slips in that one, well up to him.
It's Marshall now to Fowler. Oh, wow. What a good delivery that was. And everyone was up for the catch at the wicket by Geoffrey Dushaw. Umpire Evans has said no.
Well, here, Graham Fowler driving at that. And an enormous shout from all the West Indians.
It's gone again to Gower. That's a good looking stroke. Back foot. Back foot. This could well beat the fielder for 4 runs. So number 4 to Graham Fowler, and that's the difference. 34 now for 2, so finally England have nudged 2 ahead. Michael Holding's enjoying a great test match here. Comes in now for his first bowl of the day. That's a good shot. Fowler getting nicely in the position. Gower is certain that's going for 4. But Gomes is giving chase, and Gower is right. Holding again to Gower. That's repeating the shot. A lot more time there, not quite the pace. The last ball he put away around there, but everything right about that shot. And, excellent shot. Takes England past the 50 mark. 52 for 2 now. And again, an excellent ball. That's a good straight firm drive by Gower for 4. The first run's off Harper there after 3 really excellent overs.
Yes, and David Gower did very well to play this shot, because Harper bowled exceedingly well at him and beaten him 2 or 3 times just outside off stump.
Short again, another fine shot from Gower. That's 4 more. So they've put 50 on these two. Sticky position when they came together at 13. They've taken it on now to 65. Gower 26.
And again, a marvellous hook shot by Gower. Right over it, knocked it down again. And a beautiful shot there in front of square.
That's hit very firmly and very crisply and in fine style by David Gower. Off the back foot, 4 glorious runs. He moves on to 35.
And Gower made 2 more runs to take him on to 37 up to the tea interval, and the score to 85 for 2. At that point, England were 53 runs ahead. We pick up play now in the 5th ball of the 2nd over after tea. Marshall is the bowler, and he's bowling for the England skipper, David Gower. Oh, that's got to be very, very close. No, I reckon he must have got an inside edge on that. Might just have flicked inside edge onto pad.
Certainly from here it looked very, very close indeed. And yes, a little inside edge.
Shot for 4. Beautiful stroke, right to the pitch of it, kept it down. And that was a delightful stroke from Graham Fowler.
Superb stroke, everything right, foot right to the pitch of the ball there. Lovely follow through.
Fowler's on 49. Here's Marshall. And a half-century now to Graham Fowler. The score goes along to 99 for 2. 107 balls he's faced, 9 fours. His 6th Test match 50. He's also made 200s as well. Just twice this over, Marshall has tested the batsman. Once he was through Fowler's defence, almost through Gower there. And the 100 comes up for England.
Well, it's a beautiful day here at Headingley now. All the miserable cloud we had this morning and the bad light disappeared. And a perfect day for cricket. And a very, very important stand this for England. David Gower and Graham Fowler doing a fine job.
So it's Gower on 43, Harper again. And he's gone this time, yes, caught behind. Well, he's bowled jolly well, Harper. He will be a little worried. I think he hadn't picked up a wicket earlier on, because he's turned the ball, he's beaten the bat, and finally just caught the outside edge of David Gower. So he goes for 43, and it's 104 for 3. Useful ball this. He's bowled a number that have spun quite sharply. And there's the turn. He played a forward defensive, angled the bat down, but just did sufficient just to flick that outside edge. That's one place he can't afford to bowl with this field. Larry Gomes, just one of 2 men on the leg side doing the fielding. And he's gone, caught and bowled with one hand. So Marshall snaps up that very valuable wicket of Graham Fowler. 106 for 4, and Fowler goes for 50. Tremendous effort this by Malcolm Marshall. Came into bat, batted with one hand, insisted on playing his part, came out with that left hand heavily strapped. He's taken a couple of wickets now, and this the second one. And that's out, LBW, up goes the finger. Alan Lamb hardly moved at all, just shuffled across, one nip back into him, and Marshall, the real West Indian hero now. His 3 wickets he's taken, and it's 107 for 5 for England. Lamb goes, LBW for 3, and big and serious trouble now for England. Marshall then to Downton. That's a good shot. That's 4 runs. Nice piece of timing there by Downton. There's a great deal of power in the shot. But really timed that square drive to perfection.
120 for 5 now. Both of them's tried to cut loose, but things are very tight out there. He's made only 3 to Downton's 10. .88 ahead now. Now here's Marshall. What about that?
It's a fine shot, this, by Ian Botham, right over top, just behind square, 4 runs, no problem at all.
Just one more for the 100-run lead. There's 4 of them. Good stroke, that. Nicely over the top of it. Kept it down, away from Harper at third slip. 4 runs. 100 lead now for England. And there's no doubt about that. That is big trouble for England. They needed both of them there overnight, and Garner has got through with a magnificent delivery. A bouncing leg cutter. Both of them had to play at it, nothing he could do about it, and Geoffrey Dujon has taken the catch. Nick Cook came out and saw out the remaining 5 balls of Joel Garner's over as night watchman. 135 for 6 at the close. Top scorers Fowler 50 and Gower 43. In the face of some hostile bowling from Marshall, 3 for 38, Garner 2 for 28, and some very good off-spinning from Roger Harper, 16 overs, 8 maidens, 1 for 30. So on Monday morning, England start off 103 runs ahead with 4 wickets in hand. LBW.